Today is going to be a day, a common through line throughout the three videos on the day of, just restating the obvious. Hey guys, okay, if you didn't catch the first video, did you know that the medium, did you know that journalism is a little bit dishonest? Okay, and then for the second time around here, hey guys, did you know that the box office in 2025 is absolutely in flames, that movies and Hollywood in general, they're in a bit of a death spiral? Yeah, I know, I bet you we haven't talked about that before, and I bet you that hasn't been discussed at all. But this right here, I mean, conversation. The conversation recently has been, oh no, there's just, people don't want to go to the movies anymore. That's why the sagging numbers. That's the international, because the domestic is totally fine, right? Yeah. And you have Deadline, speaking of the media, tells audiences, shut up. It's not bad movies. No, it's just shut up about Marvel crashing and burning at the summer box office. No, throughout the entire year, because this is the first full release schedule that Marvel has had since, Jesus Christ, 2023, right? Yeah, in a few years. They had 3 full movies that come out, and they didn't, even in totality, make as much as Deadpool and Wolverine does. Or if they did, it's still within the same ballpark, in on and around about $50 million. I don't think that margin of error is even that great. But Hollywood promised the summer of 2025 would be the big comeback. Bob Iger told Wall Street earlier this year that Marvel and Disney's film slate would be the strongest since 2019 in terms of summer box office. Yeah, because you got a Captain America movie, you got a Fantastic Four movie, and hell, you got an Avengers movie, a new Avengers movie. Remember how everybody said that the Thunderbolts was just this magnificent film that was really going to get Marvel back on track? Where's all that praise now? Analysts across the trades said that the industry could finally hit $4 billion this summer, marking its first real rebound since the 2020 lockdowns. Message was clear. After years of decline, Hollywood would deliver a box office season worth celebrating. And it's so funny, right? Because you got haggard ass, invisible woman, but the only thing that was invisible was the audience. But instead, the summer ended with a thud. Yes, the domestic total came in at about $3.53 billion, or 3.6 to 3.7 if you stretch your Labor Day, which, it was a very pathetic, very anemic Labor Day in and of itself. Slightly higher than last year's disastrous summer, yes, but still far below expectations for the industry itself set. Worse, it's billions short of the nearly $5 billion summer of 2019, and the benchmark that Hollywood continues to chase, but still can't seem to reach. And how did Deadline, one of Hollywood's biggest trades, and it comes from that same, Penske Media Group, Deadline, Variety, and the Hollywood Reporter are all under the same umbrella. So this is the sentiment among all of those different publications. They defended Marvel's Fantastic Four and even told audiences to shut up. No film this summer carried more weight for Marvel, than Fantastic Four. This was supposed to relaunch Marvel's most iconic team, and just get any sort of momentum started heading into Doomsday. But what did it do? Well, it didn't even tie into Doomsday at all. Doom was there at the end of the post-credit scene, but you didn't even see him. It didn't really add to anything. He was holding Franklin. All right, cool, man. What else? Oh, no, don't worry about it. We'll see in about a year's time. What the fuck are we doing? This was, supposed to relaunch Marvel's most iconic team, a project that would remind audiences why they fell in love with the MCU in the first place. But it didn't end up doing that, because I don't think anybody who just loved the movie, who changed all of their social media branding to represent the Fantastic Four, could even give you a concise plot synopsis at this point. It's already been a month and change, and they're already, it's like, why are we still talking about Fantastic Four? Wonder Man is coming out. Oh, I'm sorry, Marvel Zombies. That's the next big thing, right? That everybody will love for the 4 weeks that it's out and then forget it even happened. But the box office doesn't lie. Fantastic Four earned around $500 million. Technically the highest grossing film in the franchise's history, but that achievement only looks impressive because the bar was so low. Because 2005's Fantastic Four made $333 million. 2007 sequel, $301, and then of course Fan Four Stick made $167 million. All of which, well, I can't really speak to Fox's Fantastic Four films because I'm not entirely sure about the budget, but in the case of Fan Four Stick and now First Steps, neither of them made back their money. Because even if you want to go with the $200 million production budget for Fantastic Four, I don't fucking believe you for a second. But even if you want to run with that, at least $100 million for marketing. And you're not getting 50% back at the box office. Oh, oopsie daisy. fucking flopped. Marvel topping those weak numbers at a time where inflation is way up doesn't make this a comeback. Yes, in the context of the MCU, it's a goddamn flop. It's 1000% a flop. But yes, Deadline rushed to defend Marvel, and their box office wrap-up included this astonishing line. In addition, Fantastic Four First Steps at $500 million worldwide is the highest grossing ever for that franchise. So shut up when it comes to superhero-itis. Interesting. The reality check is that it is arguable box office ceiling for certain pieces of IP. Batman and Spider-Man will always gross more than Superman. Really? Because if we want to do the whole adjusted for inflation argument, Superman 78 is the most successful superhero film that's not an Avengers film of all time. Beats every single outing from Batman and Spider-Man. But don't worry about it. Not to mention more FOMO fever surrounding the title. The better, hence one of the reasons why Superman outgrossed the Fantastic Four. But yeah, Superman still flopped as well. So yeah, it doesn't matter if things flop because shut up. I like them. That's fine. Yeah, they want to continue to walk around the whole superhero fatigue shit. But does that explain why that 28 years later flopped? Does that explain the entire summer box office falling on its ass? Do you want to continue to deride and degrade the audience? Because here's the thing, man. If you give them something that they want, if you give them reason to go to the theaters, they're going to. What was the big haul over Labor Day long weekend? Okay, that was Weapons. A $38 million horror thriller, new idea that's out there, okay? It had a $100 million plus opening weekend. And then just this past weekend, Conjuring, The Last Rites, what is this, like the 4th or 5th Conjuring movie? Which, okay, cool, more horror slop that's out there. Overtakes it as the biggest horror movie opening with $194 million globally. Guys, people still want to go to the theater. Here's the thing. When you give certain segments of the population, certain segments of the audience, what they want, they're going to turn out for it. I will never watch a Conjuring movie. I fucking hate horror films. I always think that they're fucking general slop. I don't even care if it's like your big, goofy slasher films. The Saw films suck a dick. Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Scream, Terrifier. They're all garbage films. Horror is like the quintessential vibes-based genre where you don't have to tell like a good story, a compelling story, or hell, even have a story. As long as you just take the audience on a ride, you just, you spook them, you set them up with a bunch of, ham-fisted fuck scenes, then you give them the catharsis at the end where they triumph over the bad guy. And even if it's bad, you can still laugh at the goofy shit that happens on screen. There's a reason why the Final Destination films are as memorable as they are, because of their outlandish Rube Goldberg style kills. But nobody could tell you anything about any of the protagonists in that, the 6th installment franchise? But no, just because I despise the horror genre doesn't mean that I can't notice that there is a sizable number of people that still want to go to the theater and experience that slop. And you know what? That's totally fine. But don't tell me that people are done with movies, because if you just simply take note, you will see that you don't need this whole, meme shit. You don't need a Barbenheimer type phenomenon to get people to the theaters. Like a mediocre franchise installment. Yeah, that's another thing. Oh, we're done with, audiences, they just don't want to have franchises. They just don't want to have this repetitive shit over again. Yeah, exactly. The Conjuring right there. And then you also have, Weapons, but it's heading to digital. I think today is its first day on digital. Like, Warner Brothers, what the fuck are you doing? Just leave the film that is consistently making money and having minuscule drop-offs. What is it? In its 4th weekend, is a 50% drop off. Like, what was last week? Like last week, Jaws came in 2nd place, a 50-year-old movie coming in 2nd place at the box office. Like, re-releasing this shit totally makes sense, because you take a look at the rest of the release schedule for the, through the end of the year, it is pathetic. Like, you got Spinal Tap 2 and a fucking Stephen King adaptation. Great. I wouldn't be surprised if Toy Story doesn't beat one of those, because it's getting a big re-release this weekend. Why? I don't know. Is it like a big anniversary I'm not aware of? The 30th anniversary of Toy Story, which kind of is insane, but whatever. And then honestly, October 3rd, like, I don't think it's going to do very well, but at least a movie of note coming out, The Smashing Machine. The Rock asserting that he can actually act. Okay, cool. And then on the 10th, you have Tron Ares, but you really have to go because, for Warner Brothers, the fucking idiots. Minecraft made a lot of money Memorial Day long weekend. Let's put Mortal Kombat 2 in there because the video game movies, fucking assholes. But like November 7th with Predator Badlands, like that's the next time that there might be something with $100 million opening weekend, and I even think that that is a lofty expectation for a Predator film, because you got an I know it's like they're tangentially related, and especially in this case because you have a Weyland-Yutani exposition android on the back of the fucking, Down syndrome Predator, so it's even more connected than ever. But yes, Alien Earth is going on right now, and nobody's talking about that $250 million show. This week, I think even tonight, is its 6th episode, and have you heard hide nor hair of that? Exactly, and your life is probably better off because of it. But yes, you run through, it's like, okay, cool, a Running Man reboot, maybe that'll be something. That's Edgar Wright and, what's his name, Glenn Powell in the Arnie role for that. It could be good, it could also be atrocious. I don't have high hopes for that, but yeah, I'm not exactly pointing out big ticket movies, okay? Because you have to wait until November 26th for Zootopia, and then of course December 19th for Avatar Fire and Ass, in order for there to be somewhat of an uptick. So yeah, we're about 3 months removed from anything really happening at the box office, and you want to try to continue to sweep. Deadline wants to continue to sweep for Marvel that fucking failed in stereo. They want to continue to say, oh, it's all of this different types of fatigue, when you have a perfect examples of just simply giving the audience what they want. When you stop attacking the paying customer, when you stop calling them stupid, bigots, phobes, and ists, maybe you'll dig yourself out of this death spiral you find yourself in. Because here's the thing, guys, I don't want to be too much of a doomer, but it's going to play into the next video on the day. They're never going to learn. The media, the journalists that are out there, they're never going to learn, because if you think that the independent voices are going to be the answer, that they're going to be the ones to overtake this industry, au contraire. Because your workaday journalists, they might be stupid, but these corporations over the top of them, they definitely aren't. They're the malevolent side of that idiot paradigm. So instead of trying to clean up their own house, they're just going to move into a new place, and they're just going to force you out. Like they think that God gives them rights to that land, and if they don't steal YouTube from you, somebody else is going to. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.